They say silence is empty, but those who truly listen know silence is full of answers. In every room, there is noise made by words, and there is power created by restraint. Today, I don't want to talk about men or women as enemies. I want to talk about understanding. Because relationships don't break due to lack of love. They break due to lack of wisdom. And wisdom often wears very simple clothes. They say silence is empty, but those who truly listen know that silence is often full of answers. In a world that teaches us to speak quickly, to explain everything, to defend every emotion, there is a quiet strength in knowing what to hold back. Not everything that lives inside the heart needs to be displayed like a shop window. Some things are kept inside not because they are dark, but because they are delicate. Just like you don't place a fragile glass in the middle of a busy road, certain emotions and truths are protected by silence. A woman walks through life carrying many invisible responsibilities. She smiles, she works, she nurtures, she adjusts, she dreams. And while doing all this, she also learns one gentle art, the art of choosing what to share and what to shelter. This is not manipulation, it is maturity. When she hides her deepest fears, it is not because she lacks trust, but because she understands that fear grows louder when spoken to the wrong ears. Some worries need solutions, not sympathy. Some tears need solitude, not an audience. Strength is not always in showing pain, sometimes it is in carrying it gracefully until it becomes lighter. Then there are her sacrifices. If she starts narrating everything she has given up, the story would be long, and the listener would be tired before she finishes. So she keeps it short. She keeps it silent. Love that is genuine does not keep receipts. It gives, and then it moves on. The sun does not remind the earth every day that it provided light. It simply rises again. In the same way, her sacrifices remain unannounced, not because they are small, but because her heart is bigger than the need for recognition. And then there is her inner planning, her quiet preparation for tomorrow. Life has taught her that promises can change, situations can shift, and people can surprise you. So she learns to be wise without being loud about it. She builds her emotional shelter brick by brick, silently, patiently. Not out of fear, but out of understanding. Rain does not send a message before falling, and storms do not ask for permission. So she prepares in peace. When someone misunderstands this silence, they call it secrecy. But wisdom and secrecy are not the same. Wisdom knows timing. Wisdom knows boundaries. Wisdom knows that revealing everything to everyone does not create closeness, it often creates confusion. If someone truly wishes to know her, they will not force their way into her quiet spaces. They will earn entry with respect, consistency, and kindness. Because when she finally speaks about what she once hid, it is not casual conversation. It is trust wrapped in words. A woman who knows what to hide is not weak, she is balanced. She is not cold, she is careful. And in a world that constantly takes without asking, careful is a form of courage. So the next time you see her silent, do not assume emptiness. Understand that rivers flow quietly, yet they carve mountains. Depth does not announce itself. Strength does not beg for attention. And wisdom often sits quietly in the corner, smiling softly, letting the noise pass by. In life, we often confuse openness with honesty and silence with distance. We think that if someone does not say everything, they must be hiding something wrong. But nature teaches us a different lesson. The seed grows in darkness before it becomes a tree. The moon does not reveal itself fully every night. Even the heart takes time before trusting its deepest feelings to another soul. In the same way, a woman learns that not every truth needs immediate expression, and not every emotion needs a stage. She understands that words have weight. Once released, they cannot be taken back. So she chooses them carefully, like a jeweler choosing where to place a diamond. Her fears, for example, are not secrets meant to deceive, but wounds that need the right air to heal. If exposed to careless hands, they become deeper. If shared with the wrong ears, they become heavier. So she carries them gently within herself, allowing time, prayer, and patience to soften their edges. Then there are her quiet compromises. They do not come with background music or applause. They come in small moments. Choosing peace over argument, choosing family over personal comfort, choosing silence over unnecessary conflict. These sacrifices are not weakness, they are emotional intelligence. She knows that shouting about what she has given up will not bring it back. But maintaining grace will protect her heart from becoming bitter. So she lets her actions speak, even if her lips remain still. And somewhere within her is a soft map of the future, not written in bold letters but drawn in pencil. She plans without announcing, hopes without demanding, prepares without threatening. Life has taught her that stability is built quietly, like roots spreading underground. People admire the tree, but the roots do the real work unseen. In the same way, her inner planning is hidden, not out of mistrust, but out of wisdom. She does not depend entirely on promises. She depends on preparation. To misunderstand this is easy. To judge it is even easier. But to respect it requires maturity. True connection does not demand full access. It offers safety. When someone feels safe, doors open naturally. Not because they were forced, but because they were trusted. A woman who protects certain parts of herself is not distant. She is preserving her emotional health. Just as you do not leave valuable jewelry on a crowded street, she does not leave her most fragile emotions unguarded. This is not pride, it is self-respect. And when she finally speaks about what she once held close, it is not casual conversation. It is a gift. It means she has observed, tested, understood, and then decided. So if you ever stand in front of her silence, do not rush to fill it with suspicion. Sit with it. Respect it, learn from it. Because silence, when chosen wisely, is not emptiness. It is a quiet form of strength. Sometimes the most powerful language in the world is the one that uses no words at all. Silence, when it comes from fear, is heavy. But silence, when it comes from wisdom, is peaceful. A woman slowly learns the difference as life shapes her heart through experience, disappointment, love, and responsibility. She understands that speaking everything that comes to the mind does not make one honest. It often makes one vulnerable in the wrong way. Her fears are not small stories meant for casual listening. They are chapters written with long nights, unanswered prayers, and quiet tears. When she hides them, it is not because she doubts others, but because she respects her own emotional boundaries. Just as you do not open your home to every stranger who knocks, she does not open her fragile emotions to every voice that asks. She waits, she observes, she feels, and in that waiting, she protects her peace. Then there is the world of her sacrifices. They are woven into her daily routine so naturally that people forget they exist. She adjusts her dreams, shortens her expectations, reshapes her plans, and still manages to smile, not to impress but to survive with grace. If she begins to explain everything she has let go of, the conversation would become heavy, and love would start feeling like a transaction. So she remains quiet, letting her character speak louder than her complaints. Within her also lives a quiet architect designing tomorrow. She thinks ahead while appearing to live only in today. She prepares emotionally, financially, and mentally, without announcing it to the world. Not because she is hiding something wrong, but because she has learned that security grows better in silence. A farmer does not shout at the seed to grow. He waters it patiently and waits. She does the same with her future. Many misunderstand this calm distance. They call it coldness, pride, or secrecy. But in reality, it is balance. It is the art of standing in the middle of chaos without letting chaos live inside you. It is knowing what deserves explanation and what deserves protection. When someone demands complete access to her thoughts and feelings, they are not asking for love, they are asking for control. Love does not force doors open. Love waits until the door opens from inside, and when she chooses to share what she once hid, it is not because she was pressured, but because she finally felt safe. A woman who guards certain parts of her soul is not playing games. She is practicing self-respect. She knows that her emotional energy is limited, and she does not waste it on those who only wish to consume, not understand. So when you see her quiet, do not assume she has nothing to say. Assume she is choosing peace over noise, depth over display, and dignity over drama. Some of the strongest hearts beat softly. Some of the deepest oceans look calm on the surface. And some of the wisest women speak less, not because they know little, but because they understand much. Life slowly teaches us that not everything valuable needs to be visible. The most precious things are often protected, not displayed. A diamond is kept in a box, not on the road. In the same way, a woman learns through experience that some parts of her inner world must be guarded gently. Not out of fear, not out of dishonesty, but out of understanding. She realizes that openness without wisdom can become self-harm. Her fears live quietly inside her. They are shaped by moments when she trusted too quickly, spoke too openly, or expected too much. So now she carries them softly like a fragile lamp in a windy night. She does not announce her worries to everyone who asks how she is. She simply says, "I'm fine," not because she is pretending, but because she knows that every listener does not become a supporter. Some only become spectators. And her pain is not a performance. Then there are the sacrifices that never make it into conversation. Dreams adjusted, choices delayed, emotions swallowed. She does not call these losses. She calls them responsibility. If she starts explaining everything she has given up, people might feel uncomfortable or worse, guilty. But love does not demand guilt. It flows quietly, like a river that nourishes fields without asking for praise. So she remains silent, allowing her kindness to be felt rather than announced. Inside her also lives a thoughtful planner. She watches, learns, and prepares. Not loudly, not dramatically, but steadily. Life has shown her that promises can be broken, and situations can change overnight. So she builds strength inside before relying on strength outside. She plans her future like someone planting a garden, patiently, carefully, trusting the process more than the applause. She does not reveal every step, because some journeys lose their power when explained too early. To the impatient eye, this silence looks like distance. To the careless mind, it looks like secrecy. But to the wise heart, it is clarity. It is knowing where to draw the line between sharing and surrendering yourself completely. A woman who protects certain emotions is not difficult to understand. She is simply refusing to be easily misunderstood. She knows that when emotions are handed to the wrong hands, they return damaged. So she waits for hands that are gentle, words that are respectful, and actions that are consistent. And when she finally opens those quiet rooms of her heart, it is not a small moment. It is a sacred one. It means she has seen enough, felt enough, and trusted enough to believe that her silence will be honored, not exploited. So when you encounter her calm, do not mistake it for emptiness. Still water reflects the sky more clearly than restless waves. Strength does not always raise its voice. Wisdom does not rush to explain itself. And a woman who knows what to keep within her heart is not hiding her truth, she is protecting her peace. Remember this. The ocean does not explain its depth, the sky does not justify its height, and a wise woman does not announce her strength, she simply lives it. And those who understand her silence will never confuse it for weakness again.